Google has confirmed, and Glassdoor and Indeed, they all confirmed that you can make substantially more money on average as an apartment locator than a realtor. We're going to talk about the individual income brackets, the top 3 of what I believe we should categorize the income brackets of locating, on what you can sort of expect to make as a locator and what is necessary in those 3 stages. All right, so the first income bracket as a locator is $8,000 to $15,000. It's very known in this industry that as long as you're just a decent apartment locator and try every day, you can net anywhere from $8,000 to $15,000. It's even easier to hit those numbers today because of the increase in rent throughout the United States. So that's the first bracket, is $8,000 to $15,000. Now the second bracket is 20s and 30s. And then the third bracket is 40s and 50s. Of course, we're talking about monthly income as an apartment locator and as a solo agent. So no brokerage firm, team, no multiple assistants, just production on a monthly basis as a solo apartment locator. So a lot of you watching this are probably in the first income bracket. Like maybe you're used to making anywhere from $8,000 to $15,000 in a month. You really don't need digital marketing systems or a CRM to hit those numbers. You can almost just sign up, and as long as a brokerage firm is offering you some amount of leads, you're just showing people where their next apartment is. And if you close 8 of those clients in a month, which is not super hard to do, it's really easy to fall inside of income bracket number 1, $8,000 to $15,000. In fact, the first brokerage firm that I've ever worked in, when I showed up for my interview with my suit and my tie, one of the first questions I asked that broker at the time was what kind of CRM they were using. And they responded to me not even knowing what a CRM was, right? So for my first couple of years, I actually didn't even use a CRM or a website or anything that I teach. Basically no digital marketing. I just would show up to the office, I would piggyback off my broker's leads. People would call, or they would walk in wanting an apartment, I would go show them an apartment. Someone else needed an apartment, I would go show them another apartment based on their location and their preferences. And eventually I got comfortable earning, within that first income bracket of $8,000 to $15,000. Now, after a couple of years of just being a decent locator, actually trying and just following up with my free leads that my broker was providing, eventually it got pretty old to only earn $8,000 to $15,000. By the way, income bracket number 1 is now proven by Google, Glassdoor, and Indeed. Everyone agrees that the average income of a locator is now increased to $81,000, which is around that $8,000 to $15,000 first income bracket that we're talking about. So let's move on to income bracket number 2, okay? How can you fall in to having months in the 20,000 mark to 30,000 mark, right? What are you doing differently? What is the differentiator between every other apartment locator that just shows up, knows nothing about marketing, and still makes 10 grand a month, and the locators that are consistently doing 20s and 30s every single month, right? There is a very big difference when you go from earning inside of the first category to the second category. And that big difference is what we specialize in helping locators accomplish. The short answer to what's the difference between locators and make more money is digital marketing systems. You basically have to work with digital marketing systems if you want your consistent months to look like in the 20s or in the 30s every single month. There's no excuse and there's no other way around it. Like a CRM to follow up with all of your clientele. And also a CRM gives you the ability to blast a bunch of previous clientele when their lease is about to run up, right? So CRM is a very critical tool, but so is a website, so is a pre-qual system, etc., right? You need all of these critical tools in place if you're going to actually hit consistent months in the 20s and in the 30s. And when you really think about what that looks like, how many clients it looks like for you to earn maybe 25,000, maybe 32,000 in a month. It's really less than 20 clients. So it's not like it's impossible to do 20s and 30s in your month every single month with consistency, right? The average payout now for locators, falls between anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000. Sometimes you get little 50% payout checks, which look like $800, like this check I'm holding right here. This is a 50% check for $827. When you look at it like how many clients you have to help find apartments for, it's really not that big of a deal, guys. It's like less than 20 clients. Okay, if the average income is $1,000 to $3,000 per close, assuming you're a decent locator and you're adding some higher paying commission properties on your list, then that means the average is around $2,000 or so for payouts. So if you do $2,000 in an average deal and you multiply that by 15 clients that month, what's 15 clients multiplied by $2,000 payouts? Right, that's already 30 grand. So that puts you inside of the 20s or 30s category. But the problem is, if you're going to actually close 15 or 20 clients in a single month to get to the second category of income, you really have to get organized, because you're going to deal with a lot more follow-up and a lot more phone conversations than just closing 6 or 8 clients, right? Netting you income bracket number 1, like the 10K a month. So closing 15 or 20 clients in a month, as opposed to like 6 or 8, takes double or triple the amount of follow-up and communication and time spent on the phone. So the way you go about making that easier is leveraging tools that do a lot of the explanation for you, like a sales funnel. It does a lot of the repetitive tasks, like sending every new lead a text and an email, right? Saying that you're going to be right with them, right? And then getting their pre-qual. You have to have all this stuff set up for you to consistently earn 20s and 30s. If you're an apartment locator that's just really, really good at closing and talking to people, and you understand your market because you've manipulated your database so many times that you know what things are selling for, then that's all well and good. And maybe randomly, luckily, you'll do a $20,000 month just based on luck. But if you want to consistently land in the 20s or in the 30s, you have to have a strategy behind how you're following up with all of your brand new leads, how you're reaching out with math scale to your old leads, and you have to neatly get organized with systems. There's no other way to consistently predict your income and get into that second category. Now, the second biggest thing to land yourself into the higher category of apartment locator income is to stop doing the very, very repetitive tasks like scheduling appointments for your clients, confirming what the price is for all the apartments they're interested in. You have to, that is probably the biggest thing ever as far as how much time it takes a locator to do their job. If you cancel or just quit and omit the entire practice of setting appointments for your clientele and confirming live pricing, you're going to free up so much more time to talk to new leads, follow up with pre-existing leads, that you'll finally consistently do 20s and 30s every single month as a locator. Now, for a lot of locators that don't know what I'm talking about, that's going to come to you as quite of a shock. You're probably thinking to yourself like, whoa, Pierre's telling us to not schedule appointments for our clients and we're not supposed to confirm pricing. What the heck? Then what's the value of a locator, right? It's probably shocking you because you're not actually doing this, which is why you're still at income bracket number 1 of like $8,000 to $15,000 a month. If you want to consistently do 20s and $30,000 months, you can't schedule appointments for your clients anymore, and you can't confirm live pricing. Instead, you need to automate a solution on how to educate your leads to check their own live pricing, which is actually in their benefit in the first place, right? The second thing you need to do is have them visit properties on their own time without setting an appointment and without asking you to set an appointment on your client's behalf, because these tasks really don't make any sense and they don't add value to your clients. A big part of what we're going to start teaching strongly in our new apartment locating masterclass revamp is focusing on not scheduling appointments and not confirming the live pricing. In turn, it will free up more of your time to follow up with new leads, pre-existing leads, add value in other ways, like just reaching back out to them and giving them insider knowledge and making them feel comfortable about their decision making. That's kind of the only work you should be doing as a locator. And in turn, you will be comfortable landing in the 20s or in the 30s every single month consistently without any guesswork, right? So that's the big secret, guys. If you know of locators that are crushing it and you don't understand why this is happening, the reason other locators crush it and they're doing $20,000 or $30,000 months is because they are prioritizing their time on work that must be done, not useless work like scheduling appointments, taking in-person meetings with clients, and confirming prices for them. All that stuff's a waste of time, right? And it's going to keep you at 10K a month max. So you've got to work smarter to get inside of the second category of income. Now let's talk about the ultimate category of income as an apartment locator. You probably in your career, if you've been doing this long enough, know about the 1 or 2 agents in your firm that have ever hit like $40,000 or $50,000 months. I'm going to explain to you how you can get into the 40s and 50s club as a locator, right? The difference between that income bracket and landing in the 20s or 30s is really no difference. The only difference is traffic. So everything you're doing, in other words, to land inside of category 2 to do $20,000 months or $30,000 months, right? You're doing the same thing inside of income bracket number 3, but the difference is that you have a lot of traffic and a lot of leads that are coming in and entering your ecosystem. How do I make that happen? How do you generate enough leads and traffic so that way you can consistently have $40,000 and $50,000 months? Now, here's the thing. We do this basically in 2 ways. One of the greatest ways to do this is paid traffic, or PPC, or paid ads. It's really all the same thing. You do a video creative, target it in the right way, click a couple buttons inside of your ad manager, and you are going to invest money so that way you flood your sales funnel with leads, understanding that they're going to get pre-qualified, and you can cherry pick all of the qualified leads from your paid ads and do absolutely the same thing that you would do inside of income bracket number 2. The only difference is traffic. Now, the problem is that a lot of locators do not end up in category bracket number 3, and they end up never hitting 40s or 50s, right, in a single month. And the reason it doesn't happen is because there is a lack of brokerage firm options out there that will supply agents with enough quality leads in order for them to cherry pick the qualified leads and actually consistently hit 40s or 50s every single month. Even if you pay attention to the largest apartment locating companies that have been in the game for a while, and they're known to offer a lot of leads and a lot of high quality leads, right? The problem with those brokerage firms, not to mention any names, is the fact that they take so much of your commission away from you that in order for you to do $40,000 or $50,000 in leases in a single month, you would have to do double that amount, because these large firms take half of your commission away, and some companies take 60% away, right? So even though there are large firms that are known to provide good leads, if they're taking 50 or 60% of your income away from you every single month, it is rather impossible to land at $40,000 or $50,000 months. I mean, you would have to do $100,000 in leases and then have a company take 60% of that away from you for you to have a $40,000 month, right? It's just not viable. So the only way to really do $40,000 or $50,000 months as an apartment locator is to learn all of the basic principles in category number 2, how to work, what to say, what not to do, etc., get a really good grasp on what to do, and have back-end systems set up. But you also have to learn how to generate your own paid traffic, either through paid ads or through influencer shout outs. I've seen are really the two biggest things for traffic as a locator, is influencer shout outs in your local city or paid ads. You need to find a way to generate traffic with those methods in order to reliably hit those really, really big numbers. Now, here's the thing. Personally, for me, I rather enjoy income bracket number 2, because I do understand how to generate my own leads through paid ads, through shout outs, etc., with organic methods. So I'm an expert in teaching locators how to build traffic by themselves through organic methods and paid methods, right? But the thing is, even if you do generate all of that traffic in order to land in the third income category, it is still a lot of work and a lot of Zoom calls and a lot of follow-up, to do $50,000 in a month consistently as a locator, without corporate clients, right? Just normal everyday people. We're only talking residential clients in this example. So I've done $50,000 months, but it was a lot of work and a lot of follow-up. You have to help like 25 or 30 clients in a month to land at $40,000 or $50,000 months. And 25 or 30 clients in a month is like leasing one apartment almost every single day. And while it's possible, it is a whole lot of follow-up and just working on the phone, right? So personally, I like to dial back my traffic and just have enough traffic where I can safely and reliably and without working so hard land at anywhere at $20,000 or $30,000 months, because I know that all I gotta do is just close 10 or 15 clients and I'm good. That's really not hard to do when you have back-end systems and you understand how to generate your own traffic. So personally, I like income bracket number 2. I know it's less money, but it's a whole lot less work, and I really, really enjoy making a good amount of money, but not working that hard. It's different for me as well, because I have a lot of other things to do outside of locating, like following up with my students, following up on DMs, adding value to everyone where I can, making YouTube videos. Thankfully, Jeremy will be editing this video, so that's more time I can free up off my plate. So I do have a team of a video editor, an upload manager, etc. So it gives me some of my time back. But as far as locating, I actually don't like busting my butt and trying to consistently do $40,000 or $50,000 a month, because it is a lot of work to lease a single apartment every single day. It's just a lot of follow-up. So I would rather earn 20 or 30 and just lease less people and have to talk to less people, right? So it also allows me time to work on other projects that I really want to work on, like making this program better, for other people to understand what locating is all about. So anyways, guys, if you're stuck between $8,000 to $15,000 a month, it's because you don't have any back-end systems, number one. It's because you don't know how to work in the most efficient way by not setting up appointments, not checking for pricing, and instead having your clients do that, right? There's a trick on how to educate them and explain to them why it's better for them to check their own live pricing. So maybe if you guys want the answer to that, drop me a comment and let me know if you want me to explain to you why it's actually in the client's interest for themselves to check the live pricing, not the agent. There's actually an answer for that. There's also an answer for why we don't schedule appointments on behalf of our clients that are looking to tour apartments. There's a reason we don't do that. So if you guys want me to make a video exclusively on why I've stopped setting up appointments for clients and why I have them check their own live pricing, let me know, and then I'll make another YouTube video explaining why. But those are the biggest things, right? If you want to shift your income from like 10 grand a month to 20s or 30s to even 40s or 50s, you have to understand how to set up your back-end systems, how to work efficiently, what not to do, and then if you really want to scale things up and work crazy hard, then you have to understand how to generate traffic. Those are the only things, right? So if you guys are interested in learning from someone that has actually done everything I just talked about, reach out to me and my team. It's not just me anymore that's helping out. We've got a whole team that's dedicated to making sure that you're entering real estate, trying out the niche of apartment in locating and winning in the six figures. So let us know if you need help with understanding this industry, how to set things up, and how to work efficiently so you can get more of your time back. So if you're interested in that, then click the link below. It's probably in the pinned comments. Reach out to my team and we'll see if this is a good fit for you to consider as a career. I hope this video was helpful and I will see you guys on the next one.